cash. Woo! Buy low, sell high, that's his command. Made a meal before lunch, now he flexes on demand. Bell-bottom suit, shoes, crocodile. Even the SEC wanna copy his style. They wanna be him. Woo! Wall Street wolves try to step to his door. He flips them like a chart, leaves them broke on the floor. Laughs so smooth, got the ticker going wild. Divot Band's brain when it flashes that smile. Check drop, ka-ching! Velvet Kohrs. He's the market's king. Velvet Kohrs. Watch that money swing. Velvet Kohrs. Don't you test his flow. Velvet Kohrs. Or you'll be broke for sure. Bow down, bow down. Velvet Kohrs. Listen up, baby, when I trade out on this. I make your mama cry, then I blow her a kiss. Your whole damn hedge fund, yeah, I ate that for brunch. Now get out my face while I count up my lunch. Ooh, he's a bad man. Velvet Kohrs. He's the market's king. Velvet Kohrs. Watch that money swing. Velvet Kohrs. Don't you test his flow. Velvet Kohrs. Or you'll be broke for sure. Broke for sure. Bow down. Bow down.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where maybe, just maybe, we're going to figure out how to make a little bit of money in the market today. Don't forget to grab your iced coffee here. We're going to be ripping it. Oh, that always tastes so good. It kind of gives you just a reason to keep living, if you ask me. But anyway, folks, it is a beautiful Wednesday, August the 6th, and we're here to have a good time. Hopefully we have a good time. The plan is to have a good time, but we're going to see how it plays out because I think it's going to be hyper dependent on what the market does or does not do today. I'm kind of excited to see how this all plays out, to be completely honest. I noticed a bug in my code this morning, which I was not a happy camper about, so kind of need to figure that one out. So hopefully the situation that produces the bug doesn't show up today. It's very much an edge case. It's very much a rare case, but for some reason, my catch-all situation does not catch everything. So I don't know if I could even accurately call it that. So we're going to find out. We're going to run it all today as we normally had, obviously. But we are definitely going to be crossing our fingers pretty tightly, hoping that, as I alluded to, the exact setup we need for things to misfire doesn't really work. So we're going to find that one out. But that's going to be a little bit closer to market open in about 25 minutes. So between then and now, we do have some things to chit chat about. We do have some larger news movement with relation to Trump and the trade war and Russia and Putin, a little bit of Fed talk, and then a lot of individual equity updates. The only other major macroeconomic thing of the day you should be aware of is at 1 p.m. there's going to be the 1-year note auction. But beyond that, it's kind of individual equities are really driving, I guess, the day. And before I get into it, quick question for all of you. Are you guys seeing on your Twitter feed, your X feed, all of a sudden everyone is talking about open, OPEN? It's like it's such an obvious thing, I guess, to me, that it almost seems as if it's like a clear bot attack. Like out of nowhere, there's a million accounts just saying, oh, open's going to squeeze, open's going to squeeze, open's going to squeeze. it's almost like reminiscent of the AMC days where out of nowhere everyone's talking about this one individual thing, but this particular effort is really out of nowhere. AMC had like a little bit of a buildup, but right now it's like no one was talking about it, and then all of a sudden now everyone's talking about it. And as I predicted, it is a classic pump and dump. Everyone, if you looked at it before their earnings came out yesterday, everyone's like, yo, it's gapping up, squeezing, oh my god, this is the best company ever. And then the last time I checked it, it was down like 22% after their earnings. So I don't know if it really was a bot farm, or if just because I tweeted about it a couple times, Twitter's like, oh, we're going to show them everyone that is like talking about. Wall Street Bets is all over. But that's what I'm saying is I don't think it's actually people. It feels like it's copy and paste messages. Like if you start to look at it more and more, you're going to realize they're saying the exact same time, almost on a schedule, almost as if it's systematic, algorithmic, almost as if this is some sort of like clear intent. And even if it is humans, let's just say it's not bots. Let's say I'm wrong on this, and let's say it's not bots. I mean, looking at the stock itself, it's absolute trash. It's absolute garbage. I mean, I was screaming at everyone, and now people are mad that I was right and it gaps down 20%. Like, how are people still falling for this bot farm pump and dump bullshit? It's so freaking obvious. And then people fall for it time and time again, and every time they're shocked and they're like, man, I don't know how that one got me. I don't know how that one got me. So, folks, I'll show it to you today, but it's really easy to spot, like incredibly easy to spot. And yet people keep falling for it. Don't piss away your money on silly things, folks. Just don't. Stock futures rise as investors parse earnings report. So here's where we're at in pre-market trading. The SPY slightly above its closing value from yesterday. The Qs even less slightly, or I guess more slightly, basically even closer to its closing value from yesterday. Post-market was rough. Pre-market was a bit better. Pre-market gave some of that back. Obviously, we had some not so good earnings. SMCI getting crushed. AMD getting crushed. The one I'm talking about also getting crushed, down 23%, and yet people swear it's going to squeeze. How fucking stupid can people be? McDonald's reported this morning they're actually up. That's one of the very few green ones I was able to actually find. So we're going to be going over those earnings, but first, let's talk about some of the larger stuff that could impact the market, the economy, global affairs. Putin meets Trump envoy as U.S. seeks to end the war in Ukraine. So this feels like an on-again, off-again thing of like at certain points in the media cycle, it's the only thing people care about. And then if there's something more important, no one talks about this at all. Feels like the pendulum's coming back, and the whole Russia, Ukraine, especially now India is involved in the buying oil, selling oil, and the tariffs from the U.S. onto India. And so it seems like it's coming back into the mainstream media limelight. So you might want to pay attention to this of, are things going to get resolved? Are they not going to get resolved? We don't have to listen to it or anything. I just want to put it on your radar that obviously it's pretty important. Trump ramps up tariff blitz with India pharma chips in sight. So President Donald Trump said he'd impose increased tariffs on countries buying energy from Russia. Trump said he's raised tariffs on India very substantially over the next 24 hours. This in itself was part of the reason why things got a little bit rocky yesterday. The pre-market session kind of calmed down, especially in international markets. But really what we're waiting here to find out is how, oh, where did you come from? What's up, partner? You want to trade today? You're trying to make a guest appearance? What's up there, duty? How was your day? How was your morning going? Did you get your cup of coffee? Did you get your meow mix? A little bit of catnip to get the day going? She's addicted to catnip. She has a problem. She has a big problem. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, no. She unplugged my headphones. Uh-oh. Panic. Panic. All right. I don't know how long she's going to stay up there, but yeah. Overnight, things bounce back a little bit, but I think we're really going to find out what the market thinks about it basically throughout the trading session today. So obviously, pay attention. I should also note that if for whatever reason my internet randomly cuts out, it's probably because my internet didn't randomly cut out. It's probably because Piper, why do I keep doing this? Piper likes to jump on the cords behind my computer, one of which is my connection to my internet. So it's not like a random DDoS or anything like that. It is more of just a very singular pointed attack from my own roommate Piper here. So just want to let everyone know about that. Oh, geez. Trump just got a fresh shot of bending the Fed to his will. Biden's appointee, early departure, Kugler step down, offers the president potential help on interest rates and a new way to make life hard for Chair Jerome Powell. What this means, the TLDR here is earlier than expected, Trump's going to be able to appoint a new voting FOMC member. And obviously, he's going to put in a person who's like, yeah, I'm just going to push for cuts. So the market is kind of interpreting what that does or doesn't mean. Bets on the Fed rate cuts are sweeping through the U.S. bond markets, and they're sweeping through in a way of saying, yes, we are pretty sure at the September meeting, we are going to be getting at least 25 bips. So we are currently at 4.25%. September meeting, remember there's no meeting in August unless it's an emergency meeting, and we're not going to get one of those. 87% chance. And then also by the time we fast forward to the end of the year, there's a 42% chance of really 50 bips and a 47% chance of actually 75 bips. So once again, I'm fast forwarding to the end of the year, skipping over the October meeting. There's no meeting in December. So a pretty decent chance. There's actually only a 10% chance that it's only 25 bips. 40% chance, 42 of 50, 47% of 75. So once again, these are the quote-unquote sweeping bets of yields getting cut. And we're also seeing that in literal yields right now. The 2, the 10, the 7, the 5, the 30 are all dropping as we're seeing the actual prices of bonds like TLT go up. So this has been one of the more of the interesting sweeps with monetary policy. But I would say it's actually a twofer. I would argue very much that we are seeing exactly what we're seeing right now. Are you going to sit down? I'm trying to be a professional here. I'm trying to run a show. And this cat is just, dude, just chill. Let's just take a nap. Let me just get ready for the show. We have important things to go over. We have to talk about how open was a complete fucking scam and the people who keep falling for it over and over and over again without recognizing the pattern are kind of dumb. All right, you gonna chill there? All right, I think we have a couple minutes. So why I believe this is happening in such a clearly measurable tone is the twofer. It's the twofer of the new person who's going to get appointed and probably soon. But then on top of that, the very weak labor numbers that we got last week. So those things coming in together are definitely driving up the chances of not just a rate cut, but multiple rate cuts. All right, zooming in more specifically, today, Wednesday, there's nothing really going down for the remainder of this week. You do have the 10-year note auction at 1 p.m. East Coast time today, and then the 30-year bond auction tomorrow. But other than that, no, nothing too crazy. But there is crazy stuff in the world of individual equities. As you can see, we're just in the heat of it. There's a lot going on. With respect to the size of the market cap relative to last week was bigger, but obviously still important ones. So let's hop right into it. AMD reports weaker than expected earnings, even as revenue tops estimates. So let's check out what's going on with AMD right now in pre-market trading, currently down 5%. Super Micro shares plunged 15% on weak results, disappointing guidance. How's that one doing this morning? SMCI right here, not looking so good, down 17%. And the other one that I don't have an article on is Snap, but once again down 18%. So, that was next. Snap shares plummet 50% after weak second quarter revenue metrics. So, right, those were all like kind of the major tech ones that people were paying attention to. Not so good. Next up is Disney. Disney earnings top expectations as streaming and parks offset TV headwinds. And then I already showed you McDonald's. McDonald's sees U.S. sales rebound led by promotion. So let's take a quick, McDonald's is MCD. Currently up 3.7% in pre-market trading. And then Disney is DIS, currently down 1.2%. And that's it for the earnings. But in terms of individual equities, we do have some news on some players. Musk says Tesla is training an upgraded full self-driving model, which could be released next month. So Tesla, it's been like actually just kind of consolidating. I can't even say really up or down, just kind of going sideways. And that's where we're at, hovering right above $800. Might want to pay attention to that. And then last but not least, OpenAI in talks with investors about a share sale at a $500 billion valuation. So this is obviously one of the major players in the world of LLMs and AI right now. Honestly, I use it every single day myself. So not so surprised that it is worth so much.
Peter, 500 billion. I mean, such suddenly everything changes in terms of valuations for the big leaders?
Yeah, it's quite a scoop. I mean, really, this is OpenAI trying to reward some of its employees, its current employees, and its former employees. Back in the old days, startups just didn't do this sort of thing. They didn't want people to be able to cash out of their stock, partly because they thought it would maybe lose some interest in the company. Also, they didn't want them to get too rich that they were going to lose some of that hunger that they need to really build up a startup. But what we're seeing here is very, very different. So these employees would be able to sell some of their stock. They'd be able to cash in a little bit while they stay at the company. This happens amid a really ferocious talent war within Silicon Valley, where companies like Meta are trying to pick off AI researchers across the field. Meta was successful in taking some of OpenAI's researchers, and so now Sam Altman and the team there are deciding they're going to try to reward these employees in some sort of way so that they can actually have some of the money. They don't need to go someplace else. They'll be able to cash in. So it would be recognition of that value, and it's a very sharp increase in the valuation from, as you say, just March, April.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a smart business plan, honestly, to keep your employees, right? The talent in this kind of industry must be fierce.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen these offers from Meta, but Meta has been the most aggressive. I think Mark Zuckerberg believes that they're a little bit behind in AI, behind OpenAI and Google in particular. So he's paying up for talent to build what they call the superintelligence group. One offer came in at $1 billion for one employee. You've got hundreds of millions of dollars per year offered to some of these employees. So OpenAI has to play.
I don't know if that is really appreciated enough. One employee getting $1 billion pay package. That is some of the most successful athletes in our world are getting $1 billion packages with whatever, Nike or something. We're now giving that to the nerds of Wall Street. That's pretty crazy. That's actually really, really, really crazy.
In that field, it's very competitive now.
All right. So it is very competitive. So probably part of the reason of why they're jacking it up, the value, is to keep people. Obviously, there's huge, huge, huge bidding wars. So it'll be interesting to see if this, I know a lot of people are calling it a bubble, and maybe one day we'll look back on it as a bubble. But all I can tell you right now is this thing is growing like no other. If you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter, macros.locals.com. I will put it in chat. It's in the description of the video. And most importantly, it is 100% free. I break down what went on in the market the previous week. It comes to your email inbox every single Sunday. So it's a retrospective look. Then it's a forward-looking look at all the major earnings. And I try to highlight the ones you're going to care about. So still today, we have DraftKings after the market closes. Tomorrow, Pinterest, Take-Two Interactive. And then on the 8th, Fubo TV and Wendy's. And then we already went over this, but tomorrow you're going to be getting, today, the 10-year note auction, 1 p.m. Tomorrow, 30-year bond auction, and also consumer credit. And then Friday, there's really nothing scheduled. And then probably most useful is the seasonality. So over the past 27 years, the Bulls have won this day 56% of the time, as in the Bears have won this day 44% of the time. The profit factor is 1.6, as in it pays to be a bull. And here's a look at your hypothetical equity curve. If you bought at open, sold at close on the S&P 500 futures market every single day, this day for the past 27 years, the Bulls won a little bit, then the Bears started winning, and then over the past about 10 years, it's been a bit more bullish. So I just wanted to share that with you, and that's pretty much the tune for the remainder of the week, leaning bullish, leaning bullish. So is seasonality the end-all be-all? No, I will be the very first one to tell you that it is in fact not, but it gives you an idea of the headwinds and tailwinds. So it's really, this is the game of stacking up odds. We're looking for the most likely pathway in any given situation. So there's never going to be one data point or that I ever think or indicate or anything like that I would ever say is the end all be all. But obviously this is important stuff to pay attention to, which then brings us to today. All right, so here's a look at the gamma situation. Quite a bit of positive gamma, which means that things might be a little bit muted. There's a huge positive gamma up above 6,400. We're in a big chunk right now. Some negative gamma at 6,400, little negative gamma at 6,300. So some people are looking for a slight bullish breakout. Some people are looking for a slight bearish breakdown. But overall, from a gamma perspective, we just have a lot of positive gamma, a lot of positive gamma. This is also, keep in mind that the large buyer or the large players were slight buyers yesterday. Oh, shoot, you can't see this. Large players right here, you could see that on Monday to kick off the week, they were clear buyers, just bought all day, all day, all day. And that was part of the recovery we had. Yesterday, they did not show that same enthusiasm. They weren't bearish, they weren't selling, but they definitely weren't buying. So just something to keep in mind, especially with so much positive gamma. And especially if you're new, do not forget the fact that positive gamma is sticky price action. It means when you start going up, market makers sell. When you start going down, market makers buy. It's very mean reverting. When you have a lot of negative gamma, when this thing is red, that's more of a trend following. It's more of slippery price action. When you get going, you really get going in either direction. So this is something that tells me today's move might be a little bit muted, but I also want you to know that the expected move on the day is about 0.5%. So we're looking for the overall market to move roughly 0.5%, just to give you an idea of like what would be an over an extension, what would be an under extension. With that in mind, this is the overall situation we're in. Remember, we're not that far off from an all-time high. Literally Thursday of last week, we clocked a new all-time high. I know with Thursday's action and Friday's action, it seems emotionally as if we're already like capitulating and vomiting and there's a bear market and a crash, this, that, the other thing. But in reality, based on yesterday's close, we are only 2% from an all-time high. Now, granted, it does seem like there's some profit taking coming in, and this might lead to maybe an additional downside gap fill. There are some downside gap fills. How far away would that be if we go for it? There's a downside gap fill. When is this? From late June, and that's another 4%. Folks, we could hit that and things could still be completely fine. This idea, like I get these questions of all the time of like, if we're not hitting a new all-time high, like what's going on? Why are we not going? It's like, well, that's just not how the market works. Is everything always improving every single day? No, that's just not how business works. That's not how the economy works. That's not how monetary policy works. That's not how the trade war works. So, in fact, you could probably say it was statistically abnormal how we kept clocking in new highs day after day after day without much new information to really be going off of. So that's the larger picture. We're down a little bit, but it's just a little bit from the all-time high. With respect to today, these are all the key levels. As I always do, I mark out the previous, as in yesterday's trading sessions, high, low, and close. That is the green, the red, and the white. The white box is the transition zone from a market maker perspective and 0 DTEs. So above it's thought to be bullish, below it's thought to be bearish, and within it it's thought to be choppy. And then the final thing on the screen are all these horizontal yellow lines, which are the major open interest levels. As in there's a lot of open interest there today, tomorrow, and on Friday. So why we mark those out is probably there's going to be like outsized reactions, and we're really going to be paying attention to see how market participants and how market makers, the liquidity providers, respond to these key levels. As of right now, if we were to open, we're scheduled to open at 6,312, which is right in the transition zone, which means basically just wait, and let's try to see if, hey, are we making a higher base and are we going for yesterday's high, or all of a sudden are we making a lower high and we're going for yesterday's low? Patience. I did a more detailed report in the Discord this morning, but by all accounts, a lot of the data we have right now is neutral and or conflicting. For the past couple weeks, the bulls have clearly been in control, and basically between Thursday and Friday of last week, they lost control, it pushed it neutral, and ever since then, we've been stuck in neutral. There's some signs that say bullish, some signs that say bearish, but most signs are really netting each other out. So with that in mind, that means I wouldn't have a strong bias one way or the other in terms of the data. Personally, I have a bearish bias, but I want to be transparent. I have a bearish bias because I have puts right now. So I think it's my own position and the fact that I'm being hopeful for my own position that is coloring my bias. But as I also put in the Discord this morning, something is going on underneath that it's just my spidey senses are tingling, and I can't really put my finger on why. It's just the fact that the bulls have not returned to protect the downside like at all the way they did for the past 6-ish weeks. It screams something to me. So once again, is my spidey sense accurate? I have no idea. Is it maybe being unduly colored by the fact that I'm swinging puts myself? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We're going to find out, and I'll tell you better when the market closes today. So if there's any news, obviously, we're going to be cycling back to that. We're going to be checking the options flow throughout the day. Yesterday, we popped that open, then we puked. We popped that open, then we puked. So that was the options flow throughout the day. Of course, we're going to be checking on what is or isn't happening with the gamma changes. We could also look at the delta map. And then I also want to let you know that I'm going to be trading on some new prop accounts today from funding ticks. Funding Ticks is a new player in the world of sim to funded futures trading, but they're actually already the biggest player in the world of sim to funded forex trading. So even though it's quote unquote new, it's actually one of the oldest players in the entire space. As you can see here, they've already paid out $120 million in rewards. And what's so big about them today is they just announced a whole new plan, and here's the skinny on it. No consistency rules, no reward caps, no buffer needed, no benchmark days, and no activation fees. So basically, they're using their size and their money to offer all of you guys a really good deal. But I want you to, obviously, as you guys do this, make sure you read the FAQ, make sure you read what's going on. But what I'm using is, okay, so they have a 1-day pass, they have a 4-day pass, or wait, excuse me, a 3-day pass. So they have a 1-day pass option, a 3-day pass option for the evals, and then they also have a straight to funded, and they have different account sizes for all of them and slightly different rules, so make sure to check it out. I'm personally using the 100K straight to funded. That's what I'm using right now, but the one that I just announced, like all these new deals, that is specific to their brand new, like hot off the press 1-day pass, which they have a 25K and a 50K account for. So check that out. Right now, their prices, especially if you use that code Goonie, you're going to get 35% off. When you consider that 35% off with that code Goonie, relative, especially to the other straight to funded, this thing is very, very, very cheap. So check that out. Pinned to the top of chat, in the description of the video. And just to show you that I have them, mine are right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. All right. So with that being said, I want to make sure I have on the right stuff. I want to make sure I have on the right. All right. So I actually do not have much time. I need to put a little pep in my step. I want to put a little pep in my step, getting this ready for the day. Getting this ready for the day. Okay, so what I'm going to do, as you can see, I completely changed how I'm doing this one this morning because I want to track to see if we can find and isolate that same issue from yesterday. I am doing something different on the recommendation of some of the people in my Discord. I am, instead of applying the strategies to the chart, I'm applying them directly to the strategies tab. Hopefully, we don't have that weird data mismatch as we saw yesterday, where the accounts knew they were closed, but the chart thought they were still in a position. I'm very, very, very much hoping that does not happen today. Obviously, I'm hoping that doesn't happen today. And I'm also hoping very, very much that I do not see that same issue that I saw in some of my debugging efforts yesterday. So we're going to find out how this one goes. The market's going to get going in a little bit, and you guys have about 15 seconds to answer this one. Are you bullish or are you bearish on the day? You have to answer before the market opens. You have 45 seconds. Then there's a 10-second delay of what I'm saying and what you're hearing. So that means you have less than 30 seconds, team. Less than 30 seconds to cast your vote. Are you bullish or are you bearish? You can vote after. It just doesn't count. You can vote after. It simply does not count. Bear. Krabby Jones is the first one to say bearish. Well, we're going to find out if he's right. Skynet's about to wake up. Skynet's about to turn on. Let's figure out how today goes. Let's figure out how today goes. Let's see. This should fire.
Order submitted.
All right. I like that.
Target filled.
Nice. Trade one out of the gate. Exactly how we want it. Trade one. Bada bing, bada boom. But it... What the fuck? But it thinks... Well, that didn't fix shit. It thinks it's still in a position. Why? It's clearly not. Look it, not in a position. There's no positions. Why does it think it's in a position? Why? Someone tell me why. Why? There's no position.
Target filled.
There's no position. It knows it's not in a position. Why is it doing this to me? There's no position. There's nothing. Stop. There's no fucking position. This isn't even a strategy issue because look at the strategy's closed out. The unrealized gains are 0. Strategy's closed out. Strategy's taking its money. Strategy is stoked. This is going to be the death of me. It's going to be the death of me, team.
Order submitted. Target filled.
Well, all 3 strategies have run. Unfortunately, it just hasn't run on every account. Some accounts think they're still trading, even though they're all fucking closed out. Ah! What the fuck? This is... Why do I even do this? Why do I even come up with strategies that make me money when it's not going to be applied to everyone? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. All right, so that didn't fix it. That did not fix it whatsoever. Okay, so what would be... I came up with a couple workarounds. See, it even knows. Can you guys see above my head right here? It even knows it's out of sync. Right here. I'll move over. See, sync, false. False, 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 false. And I guarantee you these false ones align perfectly with the accounts that think they're in a position when they are not in a position. And I know they're not in a position because right here. And then you could even double check it if you want. And I'll show you this. See how they're all apex, 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 apex. Right here. They're all closed out. It thinks it's in no position whatsoever, even though some aspect of the bridge between Rhythmic and Ninja does in fact think it's in a position. And the only way that I know of right now in real time to try to fix this is to actually disconnect. So right here, I just disconnected all of Apex. And then watch this. This will magically fix it. I just reconnect. No trading, because if you trade, it's actually going to take the opposite trade. This is the craziest thing. So if you run into the same issue that I'm having, and you're seeing positions that's not showing live in your account, so it shows it here, but it's not showing it here. It's also not showing it in Rhythmic. If that is happening to you, you just disconnect, reconnect, and like magic, gone. Like magic, gone. So it's something about, I don't know. I got to figure it out, though. I got to figure it out because it is very much costing me money. All right. Well, this isn't good. Some are connected and some are. All right. I need to get more pep in my step on this one. Disable. All right. Why does it still think it's in a position? Account. See, I don't understand this. Fuck. Why does it think it's in a position still? All right. It's sad when you're coming down to data issues. That's the sad part. It's not even the strategy at this point. It's literally just data connection issues. It's sad when it comes to that.
Order.
Yeah, it knows it's closed out. It knows it's made its money. What the fuck, dude? It knows it's made its money. I'm a little nervous because right here, it says account position. Oh, should I enable this one by one just to make sure something stupid doesn't happen? Oh, it's changing it back now. Interesting. As I re-enable it, it got rid of all those. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. All right. So that's, I guess, a fix over there. Yeah. So as of now, it sucks when your things are running so quickly, but that is, I guess, seemingly a fix, is just disconnecting and reconnecting the data. When you're seeing that your unrealized is nothing and your positions are showing, this positions tab is wrong. And it seems only specific to Rhythmic. So another workaround is just don't use Rhythmic. But it also shows it here that your positions are closed out. If you're in a live position, the P&L is blank, but the fact that these are all showing a number, it shows that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these only fired the very first trade of the day, and it didn't follow the other ones, even though I'm applying the exact same strategy, the exact same logic, the exact same everything. Well, and you could even see in the commissions. So $36 of commissions, $23 of commissions, and then $12 of commissions. Oh, it's so frustrating. So frustrating. What could I do to fix this? Well, I think the fix is just get off Rhythmic. Don't use a Rhythmic data provider. It seems like the easiest fix is just go to Tradeovate, which unfortunately I can't switch the data feed because I bought Rhythmic accounts arbitrarily when I should have bought Tradeovate. So my word of wisdom to all of you is just buy Tradeovate accounts. Just buy Tradeovate. Oh, I'm getting either breakdowns or I'm getting something. Disney's getting cracked. What else is happening? Coin's not looking so good. Coin's actually looking kind of sickly, not holding 300. Palantir green once again. Apple's up a decent chunk. Actually, best gainer on my watch list this morning. There was some news on Apple, but let's see if it can actually hold, because remember, we're in kind of a questionable period, if you will. A little bit of a questionable period. So Apple's having a good day. We'll move that all the way up. Here, we'll put all the green guys together. SMCI is getting murdered. There's been a murder in the markets. A murder in the markets. A murder in the markets. All right, so the momentum, and granted, we just opened up, the 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, and 4-hour is all bearish on the S&P 500. With respect to the NASDAQ, the 5 minutes bullish, the 10 minutes trying to hold bullish, the 30 minutes trying to go bullish, the 4-hour is still bearish. So the NASDAQ is putting up a little bit more of a fight than the SPY out of the gate, but obviously a lot can change by the end of the day. Let me reload this so we can get an idea of the options flow for the first 8 minutes. Options flow for the first 8 minutes, similar to yesterday. We spiked at first, and now we're giving some back. Mag 7, similar to yesterday, where we spiked at first, but thus far have not given it back. So Mag 7 is showing bullishness. SPY was showing bullishness, and then it dropped, and then it bounced a little bit, so more so neutral. Obviously, we went over this. All right, cool. Calm, cool, collected. Calm, cool, collected. Apple is keeping things up right now. Let's see if it can actually hold. Let's see if it can actually hold. Right. Let me do this. Oh, okay, so it did not work to apply it. So applying it to the chart versus applying it to just your strategy has no difference. Has no difference. No difference whatsoever, in fact. Okay, so I do know maybe one weird little workaround of, instead of checking for your position, you just look at the strategies in a position. You know what? I think I can. Traded. I have an idea. It's kind of a weird, wonky workaround, but I think I know a way that I can kind of trick the system a little bit to monitor, apparently, the fake versus the real. I have one idea. It's a little bit out of the box, but we're going to see how it goes. SPY's at the intraday low. The Qs are at the intraday low. Technically haven't seen a fresh one yet, but we got real close. Mag 7 is still pushing to the upside. NASDAQ has been going flat, while the SPY has actually been going down. It had some enthusiasm for the first 5 minutes and 45 seconds, and then it got hit. Price is going up, but Delta is still getting a wee bit hit. That is all. The S&P 500 momentum is bearish from the 5 minute up to the 4 hour. The NASDAQ
Target filled.
Oh.
Target
right.
filled. Target filled.
Well, this can't be good. That it thinks this one's in a position so it's still 99. This cannot be good for me. Why? Why in the world did all 28 fire and then one of them is still trading? Someone with a bigger brain needs to explain this to me. How can 27 strategies, how can 27 accounts running the exact same strategy on a sim account get filled, but then the 28th one's like, we actually don't know about that, brother. We're not really sure. Like, we'll give you the fill on 27 of 28, but that 28th one was a little bit more of a reach. It was a little bit more of a reach. Operator malfunction. Tom, how could it be operator malfunction when I'm doing the exact same thing on 28 accounts? There's no difference. There's no difference whatsoever. User error, look in the mirror, I blame Trex. Folks, I can tell you don't have a coding background because it doesn't make sense for them to behave differently when you're doing the exact same thing. Maybe it's not there. So no, this one is there because it's on this panel. It's these other ones that are technically not there. So this accounts panel is the source of truth. And the fact that there's an unrealized trade right there, that is very much a real trade. Like, that's actually in a position right now. It is short one contract, which once again, it doesn't make sense because if you look at it right here, it actually hit its profit target. So if I go to the 1 second, it hit its profit target. Right here. It went short at 940.56, went below the profit target at 941, apparently got a fill at 941.02, and just didn't. It went short 3 and got a profit target of 1 and a profit target of 1, and it just didn't fill the third one. Like, something is broken with rhythmic data. It does not happen on Tradeovate. I'm telling you folks this, if you have the option of signing up for Rhythmic or signing up for Tradeovate, do not listen to me. Do not sign up for Rhythmic. I've now showed you for 3 days in a row that there's issues exclusively on Rhythmic. These are all Rhythmic data feeds. We have not found this issue exist whatsoever on Tradeovate. Like, a race, how do you have a race condition in sim trading? You're not actually hitting like liquidity. And it doesn't make sense. If you had the race condition, it would be there like elsewhere. I guess in a certain sense, if we were getting like real technical about it, it would be some sort of race condition, but it's because Rhythmic is reacting so slowly. But right here, look at this. It went short. It went beyond my profit target, didn't give me that fill, filled 2 of them, and then went up. It exceeded my profit target. It went past what I had scheduled in. And it wasn't like, oh, it happened in a second, because it got here at 56. 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds later, it should have hit. It filled me 6 seconds later. And then here, I'll show you another account right there. Filled it. Short, got the fill. I'll show you a different account. Short, got the fill. I'll show you another account. Short, got the fill. I'll show you, I could show you any random account and it's getting the fill where it should have gotten the fill. But then if I come to this one specific account, just one of them, nope, gave it a partial fill, overshot the price target, and then just popped up. Simulate slippage. That's not how this works at all. I mean, it went beyond my target. It wasn't a question of did your profit target hit. It was a question of why did it not give you a fill when in fact your profit target was hit. That's the issue here. Oh, and now I'm looking for a miracle for this one to hit? an actual miracle. That's so crazy frustrating. So insanely frustrating. So the TLDR here of what I've showed you for 3 days in a row is don't use Rhythmic. Rhythmic is a piece of shit data provider. And honestly, it's not even that much of a reach. If you just go to their website, you're going to realize how incredibly shitty they are. Just use Trade-Evade. Easy fix to this problem is just use Trade-Evade. SMCI. Someone said Tesla's going. Where is Tesla? I don't even see Tesla on my list. How do I not have Tesla on my list? Where did my Tesla go? 314. I guess they're liking the pay package news. The full self-driving news. Dude. What the fuck? Why is Rhythmic so shitty? Folks, don't use Rhythmic. So Rhythmic is bad. Have you been listening? I swear, sometimes people say the dumbest fucking things. I've given you evidence for 3 days in a row. Real time, live streamed evidence. No Monday morning quarterbacking, video editing, or anything like that. Like live evidence. And then your question is, so it's bad. Like, fuck, man. Just talk to the Rhythmic CEO. He'll be calling you after the stream. That's not how you spell Rhythmic. But I wish he would call, because I would tell him that his product is a absolute piece of shit. I wish he would call. I mean, it's kind of on me. Rhythmic data provider. Look at their website. This is the one that I thought, like, come on. Clients, traders, and developers, interactive brokers. I mean, it's just such a shit website. Looking at this website, hey, it's not based that far away from me. Should I just go to their office and ask them? Be like, hey, guys, I'm having problems. It's in Orangeburg, New York. That's not too far. I could drive up there. I could take a train up there. It's right by White Plains. It's across the water from White Plains. That's crazy, dude. That I'm getting fucked on this trade. All right. So one account's going rogue on me, and I'm just getting absolutely fucking boned. All right, how do I find, what was it, this account? 799 799 799 799 7. Here it is. All right, so I have to manage this one individual account. I'm going to let everything else run the way it should. This is just going to piss me off to no end. That one fucking account. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. One account. Confused why use them? Because I didn't know that they had these issues until after I bought the account. Because there's no other streamer or trader out there diving into the quality of the data that I am. That's why. Dude, can I get lucky? Come on, just smack it. Let's go for it. I deserve this one. Will the market gods do? Oh, but actually, it's also still in bullshit positions. So now, let's disconnect Apex again. Reconnect Apex again. Crazy I have to do this. I mean, truly, even though this is very, very frustrating, it's easy to avoid. when it comes to you and your data options, simply do not pick. Oh, wait, those are all live. Simply do not. Where is that account? Just don't pick Rhythmic. It's a really easy fix. Boom. Just pick the other ones and you're going to be good to go. What time is it? 51. How can I fix this real time though? Am I going to get lucky? Are the market gods going to smile upon me? All right. I'm manually re-enabling everything as I'm babying this one account that should not be in a position anyway. This one account, I almost had that perfect day. I just keep dreaming about it, folks. The perfect day where all the systems run and no issues. Dumb question. What happens if you close your position? What happens when you close any position? You just close the position. If I close it right now, it'd be a loss of 840 and it would put me down net 500 on the day. It's not like, why would it be treated any differently? Rhythmic uses Trade of 8 data with Apex, so that's why they are partnered with that. There's an issue in the route from Ninja to Rhythmic, then Trade of 8. No, they don't. Rhythmic does not use Trade of 8 data with Apex. That they're two different data providers. Trade of 8's data comes from it's like CMG or something like that. Rhythmic's data is Rhythmic's data. I don't know where you're getting that, but you're misinformed. And also, that is not how you spell Rhythmic. So I'll just make sure you're searching the right thing. Bro, can we copy your trades? Absolutely not. Why would I ever do that? That sounds like an absolute nightmare of a situation. What happens if you open new positions? Literally the same thing that happens whenever you open a new position. This is a legit, real position. So whatever you would do, it's not going to behave any differently. It's a position. It's a position that should have been closed out without a doubt. Like, I showed you the proof of it. I showed you it went beyond my target, never gave me my fill, and it gave the fill on 27 other accounts. It's a normal position. Yes, they do. They use Rhythmic platform for Windows.
Order submitted.
No, they don't. Dude, I'm telling you they don't. Dude, what is going on today? It once again went beyond my profit target. Look at this. What the fuck is happening? There's my fill. It went beyond my profit target and didn't give it to me. Dude, what is happening today? What the fuck is happening? Come on. Maybe I could get lucky anyway.
Target
All right.
filled.
I got lucky anyway. This one account is still in a position because fuck me, but every other account. I kind of almost want to turn it off. This feels like it's getting really dangerous today to keep running shit with, like, I don't know if there's data outages or what's going on. Matt, I literally worked with them last year. Luke, I literally work with them real time right now. I'm an affiliate. I'm a streamer. I guarantee you I know what I'm talking about. it's just, I mean, Luke, I don't really care to convince you. You can do whatever you want. You can look at whoever, you could do whatever you want and you could believe what you want, but I'm telling you, I am right. This isn't like an opinion. Like I've reached out to them. I've talked to them. I've called Rhythmic. I've called Apex. I've emailed them. I have all the evidence of it. I looked into it. You worked with them last year. Dude, what the fuck? I feel like this happens time and time again, and then people look into it and they're like, oh, sorry, Matt, you were right on this one. And then that's just, oh my, Luke, Luke, this conversation's over. I'm telling you I'm right. I'm telling you recently I've been talking with them to try to figure out what the fuck is going on. You are wrong. Like this isn't like certain things are objective, certain things are subjective. I don't care about your opinions or your thoughts or whatever fucking chit chat you had last year. Don't care about it. You are wrong. Oh, and now I'm just arbitrarily waiting for this stupid fucking trade. Maybe I could get lucky. I don't know. Can I cut it? If I cut it, the account still has $1,000. It would be at 51. Or do I just risk it? Do I just pray for the old 10 a.m. reversal? We have seen reversals at 10 a.m. both days this week, and maybe even potentially Friday. 10 a.m. has come with clear reversals, like the first half hour being put in, the 30-minute Orbo, the switch to new hour. I guess it's just pure luck at this point. I need a 60-point drop just to be fucking break even on this dumbass trade that should have already been filled. I don't have good vibes on it, though. I very much do not have good vibes. And look, it still thinks it's in positions, even though it is clearly not. Right here. See how this one, well, it's red because it's about to blow out, but see how this one has no number while all the other ones have numbers? The fact that it has numbers means it's closed out. There's no live positions. The fact that this one right here has no numbers means it's in a live position. So this one is like legit actually in a position, even though more of these are saying they're not. Fuck. And if it keeps going, it's going to blow out. It blows out in another 50 points. So it'll blow out at 80. It blows out here. The account will blow out. All right. SPY. I just have to get lucky. I mean, this is going to be pure luck today. There's no skill on this one. There's no fancy math I have. The only thing I have going in my direction is the Mag 7's no longer going up. The SPY, it's not going up, but it's not really going down either. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I just have to get very, very lucky. All right, I'm watching that downsloping trend line. That would be step one. Step one for me to get a very lucky break on the day. A very, very lucky break on the day. If I trade, will this fire off a position? I'm afraid to test it. You know what I could do? $87. All right. Just in case. I don't want this to rogue and fire off a position. Okay. It didn't. It didn't. So I can just enable that. Well, that's good to know. But what's bad is all of this stuff still. Oh, disconnect. Reconnect. we are still technically ever since 940, we do have higher highs and higher lows. Apple's kind of chilling. SMCI is still not looking that good. Tesla was the other one of interest. All right. Oh, at least I'm still figuring this out on eval. If these were all performance accounts, I'd be pretty pissed. I'd be rightfully very, very, very pissed, which this is, I don't know, I'm somewhat being a little bit smarter than I normally have in the past by attempting to figure this all out in a cheaper way. But this does not have the vibes of going my way. I need a miraculous turnaround. This account right here, 99. It's short at the low of the day. I need the old Kansas City shuffle. I need some miraculous flip-a-rooski here to happen. A miraculous flip-a-rooski. And it's just, well, here, let's look at the flow. I don't know. I mean, it could be a little toppy, wicks, but at any point, a buyer could just come in and kind of cause this to pop.
Target filled.
Like I just explained. All right, so all of my other accounts traded again and got money. You know what account didn't? This fucking account. Wow. This one's holding on by the skin of its teeth. Well, every account should be up about $500, roughly. Roughly, give or take a wee bit. But same thing, it thinks it's in a position when it's not. So right now it thinks there's 4 live positions, but there's only 1 live position. Heed my warning, team. Heed my warning. Do not get Rhythmic accounts. Matt, I've also had anomalous behavior with the Apex copy trader where simply cycling the connection was not enough. I needed to delete the copier, then go to new, add copier. I've seen stuff like that, but that is technically a different issue. That's specific to the coding and the logic of the copier. So, like I said, I've seen that, but it is a distinct issue. Someone said, what's wrong with TradingView? There's something wrong with TradingView? Dude, this is not a good day to be me, dude. Mag 7 just caught another bid. Wow. Someone, that delta really popped right there. Really popped right there. I don't get why Rhythmic is so shitty. So shitty. So he only talks about his own trades and systems and doesn't try to help others. No, I specifically don't want to help you, Scott, because you kind of seem like a little bit of a pussy. Happy to help other people, and I think other people have somewhat of a basic understanding of maybe giving it a search and realizing I have hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of teaching. But for you, Scott, nah, you could go fuck yourself. You could go fuck yourself. What a whiny little baby. Then to the others of you who are actually like at this level of trading, I think you understand how useful it is for me to be testing this data live for you to know which one is a better data system for you to be involved with. But for Scott, nah, fuck Scott. Scott can blow out his fucking account for all I care. Scott, whatever you do, use Rhythmic. Highly recommend it. For everyone else in here, do not use Rhythmic. Whatever you do, don't. But Scott, specifically for you, definitely sign up for Rhythmic. Definitely 100% recommend it. To everyone else, I specifically do not recommend it. Damn, Mag 7's still going. SPY.
Order filled.
Order filled. It blew out. Yep, it officially blew out. It's dead. It's dead, it's dead, it's dead. Right here. running the exact same strategy at the exact same time, exact same logic. The only difference being the account it's being applied to. That's the only difference. 27 accounts made their money. This account blew out. You should try Top Step X. Fuck that, dude. Top Step? No way. No way, Jose. That the guy who runs it is real fucking weird. Like, I don't know him personally or anything like that. I just looking at his interactions and how he talks and his backstory, it is as sketchy as could be. Sketchy as could be. No way. And he tried to do that Project X thing where he's getting all the other firms, the other prop companies to help spy. Like if you have an account here and also somewhere else, he wanted basically all the firms to come together so they can spy on each other. Why I would never, ever give my money to a company like that. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And also, the coaches over there fucking suck, dude. Do they ever make money? Ever make money? And like, I feel like the one guaranteed thing in life is what? Death, taxes, and the Top Step Live people just losing money. They're some of the worst traders. Some of the worst fucking traders out there. I love what Top Step, what's wrong with it? Did you miss the entire story of them trying to get all the firms to spy? The coaches do suck. Yeah, I always fade them. Yeah, I mean, it's a free money glitch just to do the opposite. They have no idea what they're doing when it comes to trading. Like every single day, their account's just losing money, losing money, losing money. Dakota's the only one I think that loses money. I mean, he has been caught lying about it, and the people who track it every single day know that he's massively down. Coach Dakota is the only gem there. Once again, if you track his account balance every single day, it is going down and down and down. He's hiding his losing trades. There's like accounts specifically dedicated to showing that about him. He's not a net profitable trader. He is not. He is not. Do I really have to disconnect this again? And then reconnect this again? This is getting crazy at a certain point. I watched them just to fade their trades. Well, I think that's actually a pretty solid winning strategy. I do. All right. This is now the 19th time I've disconnected and reconnected on the day. Let's see. I feel like at a certain point, maybe I should just stop, just call it a quits on the day.
Order submitted.
What the fuck?
Target filled. Target filled.
Folks, this is just not my day. I just got lucky. I just got absurdly lucky. Because I got to fill anyway. Dude, I need to turn this off. It's just, I'm somehow just going to hemorrhage money. What the fuck? Everything. When the train's going off the tracks, you just got to stop. Like, this is clearly not going to improve for me today, dude. This is so obviously not going to improve. Yeah, I lost one account. That's a bummer, especially being 27 other accounts were fine, but I'm going to leave before all this green disappears. So yes, I lost one account, but in terms of the other 27, my best gainer was just under 1,000. Most of them there's a chunk in the realm of 600, a chunk in the realm of 500, and a chunk in the realm of 400. So overall, a very net positive day. The biggest blemish on today is obviously this one lost account, but as I showed you, it made it hit its profit target. It just didn't give it its fill. So that's not a strategy error or anything like that. That is I guess just bad luck with their data. Absolutely crazy. So that one sucks, but then the rest, so 1 out of 28 sucked, 27 out of 28. Lot of luck involved, but hey, I'll take it. Green is green. And I think some of these are not that far away from passing. Oh, technically this one passed. Oh, this one passed as well. Take profit. 1 passed, 2 passed. These ones should pass tomorrow. I just need another 250. Did any of the Apex pass? No. The best Apex still has not passed yet. It's $150 away, 175 away, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 300, 300, 350. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. The one that's farthest away is 550. And then, so some of the take profit are properly across the line. That's cool. And a lot of the Apex, ideally within the next 2 days. So ideally by Friday, good to go. Good to go by Friday. And then the funded, I use the straight to funded ones over here on funding ticks. You have 1 day pass, 3 day pass, and straight to funded. And then obviously you have different account sizes as well. So make sure you check out like the slightly different rules as it changes, but they just rolled out their 1 day funding right here. No consistency rules, no reward caps, no buffer needed, no benchmark days, no activation fees. That's the brand new one. It is every 5 days, 90% split, eval to master. Master is what they call their performance. You could do a pro plus, same thing, 5 days, 90% split. Slightly different rules, but once again, that one, instead of passing in 1 day, takes 3 days, or you could go straight to funded, where you can get a 90% split every 7 days, but once again, that is already straight to funded, and then the rules are slightly different, or should say the metrics are slightly different based on your account size. But remember, I know there's a little bit of a sticker shock here on these, but remember, you can get 35% off by using that code Goonie. So the sticker shock isn't that bad. So check them out, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. Don't forget to use that code Goonie, Goonie. Knowing my luck, this is going to be the top of the day. It's going to snap this trend line and puke all the way to the low of the day where that account would have been fine anyway. This makes me want to rage quit. It makes me want to rage quit so bad. So bad makes me want to rage quit. And I don't even know why I'm getting emotional about this one, because it's one account. It's $35. I've lost a lot more money doing a lot dumber stuff. So financially, that hit of the quote unquote losing the account is only $35 or maybe $34 because it was an Apex eval. So it's not even like financially that big of a hit. And also, statistically, the fact that 27 of them worked out, I should be stoked about that. That's a 96% success rate. So like, I get across the board that I should be happy because I literally only lost $35. All the other accounts are fine. I passed some accounts, like things are looking good. Like I can get that objectively, but something about it, I feel maybe if I were to self-therapize of what's going on right now, maybe it's because I feel cheated. Yeah, no, it's definitely because I feel cheated. Because I feel like I did what I was supposed to, and it was because of something outside of my control. I do not control the data stream, and I don't control the fact that even though my profit target was hit, it didn't give me my fill. So maybe that's why, which that's not healthy. I shouldn't be this spun up about losing $35 when they've paid me $250,000 in payouts. But it's just something about it. It's something about feeling like, hey, it wasn't me. That, like, I think that's the like uniquely frustrating part. That I just got fucking boned. Let's see. Should I revenge trade it? Is that what we should do today? Is the old revenge trade? Okay, where can we go? Where can we go? Where can we go? Authenticator. I need to log into this. I think today is a good day to revenge trade. You know what? Call me crazy, but today feels like a pretty good day to revenge trade. It really, really does. All right. It feels like a pretty good day to revenge trade. It does, it does, it does. We're going to do it. Feels like it. Feels like we should break all of our rules, throw them out the window. Feels like that's the real move of the day. Feels like that is exactly what I should be doing. All right. I need to wait for this new account to load. So in the meantime, I will disconnect. All right, disconnected all of that. Those are all turned off. We're just going manual. We're ripping it today. We're ripping it today. I'm gonna fucking see you guys in Valhalla. Matt, stop. This is why bots were created. It's in every one of your videos, you goof. I'm proving a point. This is old Mateo proving a point today. Fuck. It hasn't populated the new account yet. Why not? Disconnect. Disconnect. I'm trying to disconnect everything. I don't know why. Well, now I lost my data completely. This can't be good. This is probably a problem. You know, some days in the account, you're just there to prove a point. Some days, it's about morals. It's not necessarily about things going up or down. And now I really can't even, dude, and it's break. Dude, it's gonna do it. Don't yell. Don't yell. Now I can't even connect anymore. It's so goofed up, dude. It's not even letting me reconnect to the data feeds. Fuck. Well, that's probably a problem, right? Hey, that's probably a problem. Hey, that's most likely a problem. All right, let me kill the program. I'm afraid to kill it, though. Really? Is it going to make me do this? I think it is. Shoot. All right, it's frozen. All right, we're going to kill this. Done. Gone. All right. Let's get this fired back up. All right, let's see. Apple's having a good day. Tesla's having a decent day. Palantir, another good day. All right, we'll let this boot up, and we're going to get into this fun game of revenge trading. The old pastime of revenge trading, of taking all of our rules that make us successful and just throwing them out the window. That's what I'm here for. That is what I'm here for. Mag 7's looking strong. SPY just gave some back. NASDAQ actually got hit a little bit there. Actually got hit a little bit. All right, did I get my new... Where's the brand new account? Right here. Here it is. 807. 807. Here's what we're doing. We're revenge trading on this guy. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. Let's make sure these are all turned off. They are all turned off. And let's make sure we have no position. Okay, cool. All right. I am ready to revenge trade. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready.
Order filled. Order submitted.
All right, let's see how it goes. No strategy, no reasoning, just vibes. We're doing it on vibes today. Pure vibes. Let's just really optimize our chances of blowing out. You made rules for a reason, you lemon. Well, you know what they say. When life gives you lemons, you make a little lemonade. Anger trading, what could possibly go wrong? That's my point. Finally, someone's on my side. Krabby Jones gets it. And also, Krabby Jones, I could argue that this trade is on your head because you were the first person to comment this morning when I said, hey, is today bullish or bearish? You said bearish. You were the first one, so I took a bearish position. I took a fresh account. I went short 3 contracts. This is you. This is all. I dedicate this trade to Krabby Jones. Krabby Jones will either go down in infamy or fame in this chat. This is all for Krabby. This is for Krabby's Krabby Patties. Rules were made to be broken. Exactly. Revenge vibes is the way. I'm dedicating this one to Krabby Jones. Tonight's recap video is going to be wild. It's probably going to be
Order
me
filled.
crying. Hey, all right. We already got some success. We locked in 305. We're going for it. Fucking going for it. What are all these accounts at? They're in the high twos, dude. We're going for it. Apex is going to be real upset about the day they gave me bad data. They're going to be real upset about it. I read that trade like I read a book. And I can't even read books, which tells you something about the trade. We did get this. Dude, if it comes all, this is the initial one that blew out right there. If it comes all the way back down, we're going to have issues. We're going to have real problems. We're going to have real problems. All right. This is all vibes, folks. It's all when life gives you lemons, you walk into traffic. I haven't heard that saying before, but I could get behind it. That sounds kind of cool. It sounds kind of interesting, kind of neat. When life gives you lemons, you walk into traffic. That's who said that? Shakespeare? Dr. Seuss? Who said that line? All right. This is the market gods know I've been cheated today. They know it. I'm telling you guys this. The market gods know your boy Mateo was cheated by Rhythmic, the data provider. The market gods will bless my effort. I'm telling you. They know I'm on the right side of history. You guys are laughing at me now. I saw all those comments. Hemingway wrote that. When life gives you lemons, walk into traffic. You know, you guys were laughing at me before, but all of a sudden that chatter's getting real quiet. All of a sudden the whole, you have rules, this, that, the other thing, getting real quiet over there. Uh-oh. Is Mateo onto something? Is Mateo the best trader on this side of the Mississippi? Is Mateo going to drive Apex into the ground? He's up 2K, folks. He's doing it. Uh-oh. Is Mateo onto something? Is old Mateo onto something? Krabby Jones is clenching. Well, if Krabby Jones is clenching, the rest of us are going to take that as a good sign. Because we all know what happens when Krabby Patty there starts to clench. I don't even know. I would need another 25s. So 50.
Order submitted.
We're going to see. We're going to see how this one plays out. We're going to see how it might be a little VWAP bounce. VWAP is right here at 85. VWAP is right here, this white horizontal line. I should probably, I am on the right side of the screen. All right, so we went through VWAP, bounce off the point of control, which is the highest volume node of the day, and then bounce right back up, and we're battling it out at VWAP, and I'm hoping it fails so I can get my fill here and just fight back against the machine. Fight back against the machine. Now, I know that probably some of the more conservative traders in here are going to be like, Matt, I understand that you made money on the trade and that's good, but as you said, you have a 50-50 opportunity. It's not about making money. It's about making good decisions. Like, I know you guys are going to probably throw my own quotes back at me of, Matt, that's not a good trade just because you made money. You tell us day in and day out, it's about making good decisions. You yell at us about that every single day. And I get it. I get it. Have I said that? Yeah, I said that. Did I say it as recently as yesterday? Yeah. Did I make references to it this morning? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Whatever. I get that. But remember, I'm teaching you guys that because you don't read the market the way I do. I'm plugged into the matrix. I'm basically 33% machine. Every morning I upload to the mothership of where the market gods are taking us per day. So like I just see things a little bit differently. You guys see candles going up and down and order flow and VWAP and points of control. I see a symphony being played out that I know, like I am the song. I'm part of the song. So like when I tell you guys, it's the best way for you guys to survive the game of the market. It's a little different for me. It's a little bit different when I fucking plug into Citadel every morning and I call up Kenny Boy and I say, all right, where are we ripping it to today? What are we doing today with it, brother? It's just a little different. It's just a little different. I see a bounce. Well, Jeff, you've been wrong before and you're going to be wrong again. I called up my clairvoyant friends and I said, hey, what happens to the market right after Jeff Peterson says, I see a bounce? And they said, ironically enough, it's going to vomit and you're going to get your fill. So, Jeff, I think you might see something, but I think you're looking at it upside down. You might want to do the Uno reverse and look at it the right side up. Matt has market synesthesia. Exactly. Finally, someone gets it. Did my vice principal in high school get it when she told me I was never going to get married? No, she didn't get it. Was she also wrong? Yeah, I am married. Don't give me those questions about, well, why haven't we seen your wife? Where is she? I told you she goes to a different school. She's in Canada. It's a whole thing. And that's why you guys don't know her, because I met her at summer camp and she is 100% real and goes to a different school. So not only was my vice principal wrong, but Jeff is also wrong. And maybe, I don't know, Jeff, if your other name's Diane, there's a non-0% chance that Jeff and my vice principal in high school are the same person. Jeff's Spanish name is Jefe. Jefe means boss, I believe. And he might be the boss if he were the vice principal of my high school. It's going to bounce. I'm from the future. I know things. Well, shit. I'm not from the future. Chat, can we vote? Do we think Jeff's from the future or not? Thumbs up or thumbs down to Jeff being from the future? I mean, he wouldn't lie to us, right? People on the internet don't lie. They wouldn't lie. Jeff, if this does bounce, you're permanently banned. I just want that well known for the record. Permaban. Fuck. Fuck. It actually might. It's more of the SPY is bouncing. Like it hit its intraday low, which is where the problem is arising. Oh, brother. Why did I revenge trade? Why did I do this? So stupid, stupid, stupid. Why? Why, Father? My bones grow weary. Make haste. My bones, they are weary. On a serious note, is there a reason you prefer NQ over ES, even though the spot gamma has better tools for SPX, which should correlate to ES better? Yeah, NQ, based on its daily range, you have more money to make or lose money, more opportunity to make or lose money. My goal is just to get in, get my money, and get out. Revenge trade the other way. I like that idea. Hang on. That idea has some legs to it. Revenge trade the other way. That's an idea we should explore. So you're saying, do what I did, but do the opposite. Oh, the Mag 7's looking really strong. The Nasdaq's looking weak. The SPY's looking weak. We're just getting mixed match data, like just completely opposite of each other. The market has no fucking clue what it wants to do. The big guys haven't done shit today. There's a couple individual names keeping things elevated, like Apple. We haven't hit that gap fill yet. We're stuck in all this positive gamma. Resistance. There's a call debit spread at 20 by 25. Then there's a credit spread seemingly at 40. Down here, you have long puts to 6280, and then you have a put credit spread 65 by 60. Fuck. Is this going to blow out too? I'm almost back to break even. I want it known I'm not touching this. They can take these contracts from my cold, dead hands. Stop losses. You know who else used stop losses? Nazis. And I'm not going to be in that group. I'm telling you, the market gods are on my side. They know my unwavering faith to their cause. They know I've been cheated by shitty data feeds this morning. They will bless me. It's all about faith. A lot of people will tell you trading is about psychological discipline, having an edge, and continuous execution on said edge with elite discipline day in and day out. I get it. I know that a lot of people say that, and I know a lot of people regurgitate that day in and day out, but it's not. The game of trading is faith. It is a faith-based cause. If you do the bidding of market gods, they will reward you. If you don't, they will punish you. It is that simple. It is that simple. Is there any chance Palantir becomes a short squeeze as big as GameStop? No, because no one's shorting Palantir. My stock portfolio edges me. Well, that's another way to look at it. We're living on a prayer, folks. All right. So some resistance up here at 200, some support at 85, some support at 80. I'm looking for this to crack because I need to vomit all the way down to 50. If I zoom out, here's a little bit of the larger picture of how we've gotten to where we are today. Man, I really need to zoom out. How zoomed in was I? Wow. It was a beautiful bounce off of the point of control. And we're back above 200 already. Well, that's not so good for me. All right. There was resistance at 15. That's a lot of selling today, though. Like, just holistically looking at this picture, out of the gate, we had a bit of a pop. Then we had some selling. Then we had a mix grind up, like some buying, some selling, some buying, some selling. Then clear buying. Then a lot of selling. A lot of selling right past 10, I don't know, 10:03 or something like that. That smashed it. And right now, the buyers are stepping in a bit. And I guess if they get it going, if we could take out this like 10:16 high, maybe they have an opportunity. Maybe the bulls have an opportunity. But just looking at this of like where the aggression has been, like the bulls are fighting right now. Ever since this bounce off of 23170, the point of control, that's this yellow line, the POC, point of control, POC. Yeah, there's been some buying, but I would also say there's been a lack of follow through. It's really struggling at 200. So, as I say it, someone just bought some. What is going on here? So it seems like this is important, that 1016 high. Yeah. So watch these highs over here. 1015, 1016. I want to see if the bulls can fight harder than they did before. It did break above that wall at 15. I don't know if it actually broke, though, because I keep seeing flashes of above. But there were aggressive buys being filled. That's these yellow bubbles. That means people were aggressively buying. They traversed the spread and hit the ask to get their fill, i.e. aggressive purchasing. And then obviously the red circles are the exact opposite. That's aggressive selling, traversing the bid to sell at the, or traversing the spread to sell at the bid. That's aggressive selling. So this is what we're seeing right now is
Order filled.
fuck, that account blew out. It was down. It blew out down $500. The old unrealized drawdown. The unrealized drawdown. Fuck. This is the high that I was watching right there. I wonder if this is going to crater. Dude, the unrealized drawdown is such a fucking pain in the ass. It really, really is. It really, really is. Man, I'm starting to think that revenge trading was not my smartest decision of the day. Starting to think that it was not my smartest decision of the day. Time to revenge trade another. I've heard worse ideas. Ban that guy for the bounce. I want to. I want to. He did say he was from the future. I can't say he didn't warn me. He like literally did say he was from the future. He's like, hey, just, it wasn't even really like, he didn't even really pitch it in an antagonistic manner. He's like, hey, I just want you to know that it's going to bounce. I'm from the future. So it wasn't like, hey, you're screwed or anything like that. If any, like, it felt like it was maybe potentially a warning from the future. They should give you trailing stops if they're going to enforce trailing drawdown. I don't know. Go talk to them about that. I mean, they're running a business where they want you to blow out. So why would they like be overly helpful? Welcome to Stock Wars, Revenge of the Trader. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Down 500. Net 500, and I blew out. Which means I had to be up, what, 2K? Something like that? Hey, we're revenge trading today. You want to join in? Yeah, no. We're just like ripping it. Yeah, no, we're just ripping it. Like either way, like we're just buying, selling. We're doing all the contracts. You want in? You want in on it? We could give you a piece of the pie. You're allowed to join in. Oh, well, something happened here at 10:33. NASDAQ is actually catching a bid. The Mag 7 is still strong. The SPY is picking up a little bit too. Will it hold? Apple's just so strong today, and Tesla's helping out as well. The world's third biggest stock, and then I think 10th biggest. So when they're both popping, it's definitely helping things out. Definitely helping things out. You trying to take a nap? All right. I can't believe I was so dumb to do that. But wait, there's more. Now that I have my trusty sidekick by me. Now that I have my trusty sidekick by me, it has to work. All right. What's the new account? 808. 808. I think the issue before was that I was only trading 3 contracts. I think the market gods, what they're looking for from me is a stronger conviction, a stronger perseverance, Why wouldn't you set a break even, practice what you preach? Because you would still blow out. Steven, do you not understand how unrealized drawdown works? It's based off your unrealized high, not your realized value. That's why you wouldn't do it, because the pullback there, I would have only had $500 of leeway then. Well, this is quite the bounce that we're getting from the intraday low, potentially all the way back up. So overall, even though we had a push up, a push down, a push up, you could still classify it as range bound because we haven't really made a new high. We haven't really made a new low. Technically, the SPY made a new low, but the Qs didn't right here at 1024. Steven, I know. I highly doubt you knew. Highly doubt it. Just for fun, what do you think will be the next market cap leader of the next decade? Who will go and who will replace? I think Avago and AMD are contenders. AMD is not at all. Did you listen to their earnings? I think Meta is a legit contender. I think Microsoft is a legit contender, but it's already been. Nvidia, of course. For the next decade, I could see Apple continuing to fall. I could see Meta picking up. I could see Palantir continuing to pick up, but to be in the top, it has to do like a lot of work. Like a lot of work. So I think Palantir will still succeed in the next decade, but I don't know if it's going to outpace some of the ones that already have like a $1 trillion lead on it, a multi-trillion dollar lead. MSTR, no. I think MSTR is more likely than AMD though, because it's just kind of like on Bitcoin. What else do I think could do well in the next decade? The next decade, AI. What can sustain after AI? Nvidia's up there. Meta's up there. Microsoft's up there. I think it's still going to be in the world of tech. Broadcom, maybe. Not AMD, though. AMD is a relatively small company compared top companies by market cap. I'm curious what your reasoning is for AMD, because no. Yeah. I mean, Avago's number 8. TSMC, I like Avago better. Berkshire, who knows with the new guy, the new leadership. Walmart is kind of steady. Oracle, I don't know if they're working on any cool stuff. Netflix, probably not. At a certain point, there's only so many people that are going to buy subscriptions. I don't like energy plays. Palantir's 22. Maybe I need to give a little bit more respect to Palantir. I don't even know where AMD is. AMD, I think, is actually a really bad idea. It's 42. It's at 258 billion. The top market cap companies are at 4 trillion. It's super, super, super far away. Like way too far away. No, I don't see that one. I think Avago has a better chance coming in at number 8, and it's already at 1.4 trillion. Tesla would be like my dark horse guess, to be honest. It's at number 10 now. It's worth 1 trillion. In the next decade, it's basically, can they pull off the robo-taxi network in the next decade? Because if they do, then I would say this is another contender, a top 3 contender, if they could pull that off. So I would go NVIDIA, Meta, Palantir, Tesla, Avago, Broadcom is Avago. Yeah. My super reach one would be MicroStrategy. And that's basically a Bitcoin, like whatever, 5Xs, 10Xs. If we see 250K, 500K, something like that. So my real reach one would be MicroStrategy, just because in individual companies, they have the most Bitcoin. So that'd be like my super reach one. Google will beat them. So Google still has a shot if it could pull off AI. And there are some people within the world of tech that I respect that do truly believe Google is going to win this AI race, which I find that interesting. I don't really have that like strong of opinions on it. I just find it interesting because in the investing sphere, in the trading sphere, no one really talks about Google as like, oh, like that's the one we want for AI. So I find it interesting. They look at it more for like technical prowess and like who's at the company and who's going to like lead it. But I feel like the further we go on not really talking about Google as an AI play, it's kind of losing some of its ground, you know? So maybe it can, like I said, the person who was explaining that to me, their thoughts and opinions on it were based on just like who they have, who's part of the team, this, that, the other thing. It was not based on like market chatter. And right now, market chatter, it really goes NVIDIA, it goes Broadcom, it goes TSMC, it goes Avago. Even AMD has like clearly fallen off in how much people talk about it. Gemini 2.5 Pro is great. It might be, but no one's using it. And on top of that, I would say this is more of a short-term concern, but they're getting sued to Kingdom Come in various countries for like monopolistic practices, not only in terms of their tech, but also in terms of their ads. Like they're facing a lot of legal issues, but your question was for the next decade. So you would hope that within the next decade, that is somehow resolved. All right, is it time to revenge trade again? Is this a lower high and we break down? Or is this just we bounce right off of it? I want to make sure I'm on the right account. Do we break down from here? Do we break down from here? What is this telling us? This is telling us some people are trying to sell at 55, but a decent amount of buyers coming in at 40 and 35, and then maybe bounce here at 25. Huh. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. For some reason, I thought AMD was doing a lot better. No, AMD has not been doing well, like, at all. A year and a half ago, people talked about it in the same breath as NVIDIA, but in reality, its contracts are way smaller. Its tech is not as good. The market cap of the company is nowhere close. It just keeps fumbling it over and over and over again. It's like... It's actually kind of sad to see how much it's fallen from grace. It's actually legitimately sad. All right, is this the point of revenge trade?
Order filled.
We're doing it again. This one's for Krabby Jones. Krabby Jones of Krabby Patties.
Order submitted.
We're dedicating this one to old Krabby Jones. Old Krabby Jones. Krabby Jones, are you still here? There's no way I'm going to be able to pull off this trade without you, Mr. Crab, Mr. Krabs. Krabby Jones, I need you. I need you, I need you, I need you. Uh-oh. Fifth fucking bounce off of this 40 level? Who's buying it at 40 and why are you trying to ruin my life? I swear, if I find out members of chat are the people putting in this support at 40, we're going to have a problem. Like a legit problem. Krabby Jones is missing? Well, the chance of me being successful is now slim to fuck all. Go, go, go. Revenge trade, revenge trade, revenge trade, revenge trade, revenge trade, revenge trade. Break all the rules. Break all the rules. Break all the rules. Break all the rules. Go, 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 go. No rules, all vibes. No rules, all vibes. Vibes, vibes. Fuck, fuck. Vibes. Give me vibes or give me death. Krabby! Had to step away. What did I miss? Krabby! Wait, leave again. It was going well until you came back. Just leave for like a minute and then come back. Krabby, come back when someone calls you and tells you I locked in on this. Krabby, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Krabby, this trade's for you. We just don't want you while we're doing it. Come get some. Get out of here, Krabby. I am still dedicating the trade for you, but it worked before you were back. So we're going to need you to leave and then come back after I lock in. You're fighting the 15-minute Orbo line, dude. I'm fighting a lot more demons than the 15-minute Orbo line. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that, dude. There's a lot more going on in my life than fighting the 15 fucking minute Orbo line. As if that matters to me. Do I look like a guy who gives a fuck about fighting the 15-minute Orbo line? Chris, you said some dumb things in chat. But that might take the cake. No way. No. No. Not again. On the day of my daughter's wedding? Are you kidding me? No. I'm going to end up in an insane asylum one of these days. One of these days, I'm going to be in a fucking white suit in a white padded room just screaming about, oh, again, twice they're fucking me so hard today. They didn't even buy me dinner yet. No. Twice? I fucking hate trading. Trading is the dumbest fucking thing, dumbest thing, single thing you could ever do with your life. Like, legit, no stop, no break. That's insane. That is actually measurably fucking insane. Measurably fucking insane. All right. Quick tip for those of you who want unlimited money. Just do the opposite of me today. Like, if you're like, oh, man, like I need like a really easy trade to make a lot of money. Whatever you see me do the opposite. I cannot fucking believe this. Off by less than a point. Twice less than a point. Are you closing 3 on 5 contracts? Yeah, bro, just look at the fucking screen.
Order filled.
Well, there it goes. How much? That one was only a loss of $600 for it to blow out. What are the stats of the Orbo retest? That's not what the Orbo retest is, Chris. You're in here a lot, and the like amount of stuff that doesn't stick with you is like a bit concerning. And I'm not even talking about the odds of the Orbo retest. I'm talking about like even knowing what it is like concerning. It's Krabby Jones' fault. You know, I didn't want to say it because I like the guy, but it does have the vibes of this being a Krabby Jones' fault. Like, it really does. Like, things were going well until he came back. And even though it's for him, even though it was very much for him, and I like dedicating the trade, dude, the fact that I needed 26 and it went to 26.50, that's just painful. That's just absolutely painful. Whoa, the SPY's catching a bid. What's the daily chart looking like right now? It's still an inside day. We actually haven't done anything special. Nothing. Intraday, it's looking a bit stronger. The SPY overshot it, fake out breakdown. Qs actually have a higher low and then put in a second higher low. Higher low 1, higher low 2, breakout follow through. Mag 7 is popping. NASDAQ took a huge V shape on this one. Wow. Wow. Is it going to hold? I mean, it feels like a lot of this is due to how strong Apple and Tesla are right now. Obviously, both are top 10 equities. Both are top 10 equities. There's no way they would just rug this, right? There's no way. They would never just rug it on everyone, would they? They would never just give everyone hope to then rug it. It's hard to make a decision here because nothing's actually happened. It's inside bar, as in today's high and low have not exceeded the high or low of yesterday. So basically down range, well, bearish engulfing, down range, up range, now inside bar. Obviously, there's quite a bit of time left in the day, and a lot could happen between now and market close. But inside days, I believe, account for about 7 to 8% of all bars. In fact, I don't even see a recent one. Where's the most? Oh, here. The most recent one is right here. Tuesday, July the 8th. See how the high and the low were within the high and the low of Monday the 7th? That's a example of an inside bar. They happen about 7% of the time. Then you had another one on the 1st, the high and the low within the high and the low of the previous trading bar. That's what we have right now, but it's not technically locked in yet because the day's not over. Oh, I didn't mind this pump up until 10:10. This sell off till 10:30, 33, whatever that was. I'm fine with that. Like, I actually anticipated that. I thought we were going to test the closing value. I thought, oh, okay, cool. We're coming down to 627.97. We're coming to 560.27. We are coming to basically 300. But it never touched, which I find to be very interesting to get that close. And the buyer stepped in at 6,301 instead of the orders hitting 300 or the closing value at 299. Very interesting. We're still in the transition zone. From a options perspective, a 0DT perspective, we're still in the chop zone. For a little bit, we were in the bear zone. Most of the day, we were in this chop zone. And if we hold above 6,330, we would actually be on the bullish side of things. But I do find the fact that it got real close, but no cigar, to be interesting. Real close, no cigar. Real close, no cigar. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute now bullish. The 4 hour is actually now pushing bullish as well on NQ. With respect to ES, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute bullish. And then you have the 4 hour pushing bullish. So that'll be the interesting test. Right, the levels that we're at right now on this medium time frame, almost the daily, the 4 hour, we're getting close there. Trying to invert its momentum. Definitely trying to invert its momentum. But will it have enough? Apple is no longer supporting this move up. Hit 212, starting to get a little bit smacked there. Hit 212, starting to get a little bit smacked. Mag 7, strong, but now flattening out, especially on the all duration. So obviously a very strong push, but calming down right now. Has not gone bearish, just literally going flat. SPY looks really jagged. It does not have a nice flow one way or the other. It popped, it dropped, it popped, it dropped, it popped, it dropped, it popped, it dropped. This is like a messed up cocaine-based EKG. The NASDAQ is picking up. That's a little bit rare. So nice pump, but that's a strong recovery from 1026 till now. The NASDAQ catching some interesting bets while the Mag 7 led it the whole way, and seemingly no one gives a shit about the fact that the SPY looks strong. There is a positive gamma node at 6340, so be careful there. 25 and 40. There's a decent chunk, and then there's a lot of positive gamma up there. So be careful at these positive gamma nodes, please. So what was it? It was 40. Well, one was at 25. We're on top of that right now. The next one was at 40. A little bit of like protection on the high from yesterday. I wonder if there might be too much positive gamma to get out of this zone. Watch that closely. The big guys have done even less than yesterday. Yesterday, they did not do much. Today, they're doing even less than that. So big guys are basically they're not buying up into this, which I think is a very important note across the entire New York Stock Exchange. The big guys have been just sitting real calm, real pretty. Not doing anything. Apple, I don't know. If you're day trading Apple, not so good if it doesn't hold 210. I wouldn't really be concerned unless it snaps 209. I'd be watching 210 and 209. But Apple is it's a major part of the reason why we got this pop all day. Meta is getting that turnaround from 1033. Microsoft not looking so good. Where's Nvidia at? So the three big guys in order, Nvidia popped till 10, giving it back. Microsoft has been giving it back all day. And then number 3 is Apple, which was good until 1045. I'm actually very surprised that the SPY and the Qs are still representing this strength. They're at the intraday high, even though your 3 biggest, most impactful ones are not. Look, folks, this is like a spidey senses are tingling, like something's wrong type of a situation here. Something does not add up. We're being sold a story that makes a total of no sense. But even the bets on the NASDAQ itself, the 0DT went haywire. Why? Why, oh, why, oh, why? Why, oh, why, oh, why? Matt, you said that this morning. Yeah, I'm reiterating it because we're not seeing what you would expect to be that normal bullish follow through. They're trying to sell us this puzzle right now, but not all these pieces are like making sense. What are these fucking random emails? Stupid AI shit. What the fuck, dude? Where do all these like spam callers and that shit get your info? They're so annoying. Is Krabby Jones here? Krabby Jones, I need you. One last effort. One last Krabby Jones effort. Come on, Krabby. I need you. Krabby. Earth to Krabby. If this ever fucking connects. All right. One last degenerate revenge trade coming in hot. We're going for all the marbles on this one. We're maxing it out. Krabby, you fucked me over twice before, but not this time.
Order filled.
Krabby, this is me and you, buddy. We're riding this one to Valhalla. We're just fucking ripping it. 10 contracts. Shit. Man, when you get 10 contracts wrong, it really goes against you pretty fast. It really does. Anyone ever notice that when you trade 10 contracts at once, it just kind of goes fucking haywire for no reason? I'm in at 62. Oh, cool. It looks like I went short where there were a bunch of buyers. That's great. No. That's good trading. You should normally go short where there's a lot of buying support. That's smart. That's what good traders do. They go short at support and long at resistance. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted.
Order canceled.
Fuck. Yeah, no, that's 100% when I literally went short right there where there was actual support. I guarantee you this is about to vomit now that I blew out. Guarantee you. Now, yeah. 62. Yeah. That actually, if I just went long, that actually would have passed the count. That's the max degeneracy you're allowed. You can't go more than 10. Well, whatever. A day of unsuccessful revenge trading, but I guess 27 out of 28 actual trading going well. But it all started with me getting tilted. Oh, that was the point to go short. Now that this is failing, that was it. 72. You need it right down. Oh, that was it. That. If only I had the patience to wait for this structure. If only. Well, there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. There's always money in the banana stand. All right, before I let you go, remember, shout out to Funding Ticks, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. They're running a pretty crazy deal right now to celebrate this new type of account that they have. So check it out. Very cool stuff. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. You get 35% off if you use that code Goonie. Here's the plan for the remainder of the day. I'm going to sit here and revenge trade until I punch my computer out. And then from there, we'll be posting an update video. And then I'll be streaming once again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. bright and early. So that's the plan, is revenge trade until I break something, create a video for you guys to consume tonight after the market closes, and then we stream at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So it's a 3-step process for what's going on for the remainder of the day. I hope that all sounds good to you. I appreciate the good vibes. I hope you guys made a bunch of money, did better than I did. And probably you shouldn't be revenge trading the way that I am. I'm just on tilt. That's what I have for you guys. Best of luck. Hope you crush it. Peace.